Hey guys, and welcome back to another edition of Rika Sports Beat. As usual, I'm your host, Jeremy Rika. So today we're going to talk about something that I think, in terms of soccer, is very important, and it really raises a question of, is it really prevalent in club soccer specifically? Because sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't, and for the times that I don't, it's very disheartening because as a coach, you go out there and you give it everything you have to make these kids better players, and sometimes it's just not reciprocated. So, I'm hoping this raises interesting thoughts, and hopefully, you guys can give me insight on what you think. Um, a lot of my videos are going to be focused on the youth soccer level because that's what I coach. That's what I'm around all the time. That's what I have my licensing for. So a lot of these videos you're going to hear me talk about youth soccer specifically, but not all of them. Um, but getting back to what I was saying before, today I want to talk about the level of dedication that you see in the world of youth soccer. And don't get me wrong, a lot of these kids that play this sport are completely dedicated. They love what they do. They're there day in and day out. They come to every practice. They give you everything they have and they leave it all out on that field. But on the other hand, you do have kids who it's like they don't even want to be there, or they're there because they have to be. So it raises the question of, in some cases, and I'm not going to say all cases because clearly you're not going to see this in every case that you deal with, because obviously there are tremendous amount of players that are dedicated to this sport. Otherwise, it wouldn't be the biggest sport in the world. But I would like to know from you guys if you have seen cases where, people aren't as dedicated as they should be, and what do you do about that? How do you find a way to motivate your players to be better players and to really give everything they have to the sport? Because I can tell you that, it's hard when you give everything you have as coaches and it is simply not reciprocated. So, how do you motivate your players to be the best players that they can be? And moreover, if you know that your players are not dedicated to what they do, because let's face it, you're going to know pretty quickly if they're dedicated or if they're not dedicated. So my question to you is, what do you do if you know that they're not dedicated? Because I'll be honest with you, obviously they all have to play, but to me it's a big waste of money. If you're not going to be dedicated to your sport and to your club, why pay all that money to be a part of it? That's literally what I don't understand when it comes to club soccer, is that you know for a fact you have these kids who, some of them, they don't want to be there, they don't put in the effort, they don't want to practice as hard as they can, and when it comes to game time they don't know what they're doing. And I don't want to sound insensitive to, anybody, because I love the sport, I love what I do. If I didn't love what I did, I wouldn't be one of the only people in the state of Wisconsin with a coaching license that has a disability. I'm not going to say that that makes me any more special because it doesn't, but of course I love what I do. But That's what I want to know from you guys. Is it the philosophy of if you don't want to be here, then don't be here type of thing? Because it's a hard situation, especially in the case where you know they're not dedicated, but they still show up because they want to play. To me, okay, I'm glad you showed up, but at the end of the day, if you want to play, then you have to show not only me as a coach, but you have to show your teammates that you want to play. If you're going to sit there and goof around at practice, and you're not going to take the game seriously, and you're just going to goof off, then why are you wasting your mom and dad's hard-earned money? Now, don't get me wrong, I think parents have a lot to do with this as well, because if you think about it, I think a lot of these parents tell their kids, I don't care what you do, but you're going to do something. And I think a lot of times these kids choose to play soccer even though if they had their way, they wouldn't do anything. So I'm curious to know how you guys as coaches and, how you guys as individuals that make players better, how do you guys deal with the situation where there is a lack of dedication? And do you feel as though there is a remedy to it? Do you feel as though you can get through to any player on the pitch? Because in my case, I think that any child that plays a sport is in one way or another they are able to be taught that if you're going to play, you're going to give everything you have for the next hour or whatever the case may be. It depends how long the games are, but when you're on that field, you're gonna give it everything you have. So I'm really curious to know what you guys think about this. Please leave a comment below if you have anything to add to this. If you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you know every time I post a video. Until next time, this is Jeremy Rica saying bye bye.